Hello everyone, it's Demon Walker here, and today I'm going to be unboxing the Got a Story 5M08 box. So I just got this from Waifu just a couple days ago. They got this in fairly recently, and I was kind of excited to get it, so I purchased it right away. This is the first 5 wand pack of Got a Story that I've gotten. I technically also got the 5M09 at the same time, but I figured since this one did not have any characters that I immediately felt like, oh man, I'll be so happy to pull, I figured I'd open this one first. Although at another glance, it's got Yai Miko as a rare, so I'll probably get a few dozen of her over time. Nothing on the bottom, but I mean, let's get into it. Hopefully this will be worth it. This is a little bit pricier than the 1 wand, 2 wand packs, but cheaper than the 10 wand, as it should be. But honestly, it was only like $2 or $3 cheaper than a 10 wand. The case is about half the size of a 10 wand, but still triple the size of a 1 or 2 wand. Alright, and you can pretty well display this fairly well. The box art, I think it just needs one particular perforation to rip, like right there, and then I could actually set it up correctly. Otherwise, the packs, I think this presentation is better than the 10 ones. This would be something that I would expect to see displayed in a store. Potentially kind of like the 1 and 2 wands. The pack art is pretty cool on this. I mean, I don't know the girl on here, but I mean, we'll see. Maybe I'll get some goodies. I apologize if I struggle today. My camera is oriented slightly differently than usual. Alright, off the bat, this is a thick pack. That's 7 cards right there. 8, maybe 8. And we are getting Asuna from Sword Art Online. I mean, she's neat. I don't care for her that much. And then, as usual, we're looking for Touhou characters. And right away, I don't care what else is in this box. Alice is waifu. And that's a gorgeous Alice. 10 out of 10 card on the first pack. The rest of this box may as well just go in the trash, really, unless there's like another Alice in a higher rarity. Or is this not Touhou? Maybe this is Grand Blue. So there's a character that is in Grand Blue that has a very similar outfit design to Alice and very similar like overall design. This might be her. I tend to get the two confused, but she is also like a 10 out of 10. I mostly think it's Alice because there is that little thing in the background which looks like it should be one of Alice's dolls. But this Chinese doesn't say project, which usually designates Touhou Project. This is a reprint from the 5M07, so that's not that cool, but oh well. I'll double check into that card later. And a CR of whoever this chick is. A neat little angel-ish vibe, even if she doesn't really have angel wings or anything like that. Something 3, so a third or 3 kingdoms or something like that. Not bad. Devil hair or devil horn girl. Neat little hearts on her. I don't know. She's an unknown, as most of these cards tend to be. Alright, and the SR, or first SR, generic blonde-haired kind of lolly-ish girl. Opie Lolly, I suppose, because she actually has a chest. She's got a cutesy little bedroom background. Yeah, no idea. Alright, and I know this chick, but I do not know her name. So she is from Blue Archive. She's actually one of the first characters I knew about from Blue Archive. I do know she's a lolly character, but I do think she's one of the cute ones. Her little line down here, I think, is actually supposed to be a part of her skin. It's not like a costume design, it's actually like on her body. Because I see that frequently in her art. I don't think she usually has the wings on her head, but it's been a while since I really looked into any artwork on her. But very cute character. Very nice. Is also an SR, so we're at 2 SRs for the pack. This is a dragon-looking girl from God knows what. This looks like another lolly. So this has so far been a very lolly-filled pack. I'm not sure where she's from. I've seen similar designs, but I couldn't say 100%. Not bad. That one's an SCR. And then my first SSR is from Violet Evergarden. I do not remember her name, and it's been too long since I watched the show on Netflix. But very good anime. Definitely recommend. So yeah, very, very strong first pack. It looks like you get roughly about 3 rares, a CR, 2 SSRs, a SCR, and an SSR. So these packs, yeah, these are filled. These have more cards than the 10-1 packs. It is 8 cards in there. Alright, and we have the Traveler from Genshin, Lumine or whatever. I feel like I've said enough on her in the past. She's okay. And Tatsumaki. I've got this card from lower rarity boxes, so I'm pretty sure it's this exact same artwork too. I think it just has a different foiling. Yeah, not anything new. And this girl feels familiar. She's giving me both vibes from Traveling Witch Elena and Ekidona without really being either. Ekidona being ReZero, mind you, in case I'm mispronouncing names. Oh, she's alright. Fate. Okay. Everybody loves Fate characters, right? Alright, Klee. One of the few Genshin and Compact characters I like. That is an adorable art style. Very adorable little explosion lolly. Alright, and for the SR of the pack, I think that was 4. Yeah, that was 4 rares, so the CR isn't guaranteed. This is probably an Uma Musume character, but again, global release? Not yet. Yep, pretty derby. I don't recognize her. Alright, and Rei from Evangelion. I've never seen her with long hair like this. Honestly, it's not a bad look on her. Of all the Evangelion characters, this is the only one I could say I like. Not enough to watch the show again for her, or at least to properly watch it. But I mean, that's fine. Alright, and it looks like the SCR is not guaranteed. Instead, I have an SR. I don't see any defining characteristics for this girl. So she is a generic purplish white-haired schoolgirl. It's hard to tell if those are twin tails or maybe she has the Uma Musume ears. But I don't think it's pretty derby. Yep, no idea. Alright, and it is 002, I believe, from Darling in the Franxx. I've not watched this anime. I honestly have never had much interest in it. And then I started seeing this character and I started considering it vaguely. I'm still undecided. You know, if somebody's watched it, let me know if it's actually worth my time. I don't think this character is really interesting enough to just go out of my way and watch an anime for on a whim. But, I mean, not bad. Neat SSR. Pack 3. And, you know, I apologize to people if I'm slow about opening these boxes. But I like to take my time. Ooh, this is, I believe, Iron Mouse from Hololive? Or, she's one of the VTubers. Pretty sure this is Iron Mouse anyway. I know her name, or I know the name Iron Mouse, and I've seen this avatar, but, I'm not a VTuber fan. Hololive. Yep. Pretty nice art. And I don't know who this tomboyish maid is. For some reason, the name, He Is My Master is jumping to mind, so I think it's one of the characters from that one. But I don't remember her name. If it is, that was an okay anime. Very ecchi. I don't know if it's really worth anybody's time, but, you know, go ahead and watch it. Alright. And generic white-haired girl in the snow as a CR. Nice red eyes. So this kind of gives me, like, bunny vibes whenever I see a white-haired girl with red eyes, because of albino bunnies. Pretty cute. Alright, and there is that rare Yaemiko that we saw on the box. Pretty nice to pull her. I'm starting to like this character's art quite a bit. I think I've stated in previous videos. I might look up lore on her at some point. I wish she wasn't a Genshin character so I could really enjoy her. But, I mean, cute enough. You don't need to watch an anime to like a waifu. You can just like a waifu. Don't let anybody ever tell you otherwise. Alright, and this is either Mash from Fate, or this is that other girl that I mistook as Mash from Fate, and I don't know what anime she's from. Probably the latter, though, because she doesn't have the glasses. This girl looks a little bit on the, like, less intelligent side, comparatively. Her shirt is a little wet. Maybe she should change clothes and dry off. SSS Gridman, or Quad S Gridman. Yeah, I don't know that one. Alright, and Swimsuit Lolly. She does not have her name printed on her swimsuit, so it's not a proper school uniform swimsuit. And she doesn't have somebody else's name either, which would also just make it funnier. I don't know this Lolly, though. She's cute. She's got a nice, like, aquarium-y background with some fishies. Cards like this, though, I think the SR rarity, it's a kind of like a reverse holo foil, but the foiling never does these cards justice on their design. Rabbit House. So maybe this character's from Is the Order Rabbit, which is on my watch list, but I've not gotten that far yet. And the SCR is, so this girl looks like the female lead from an anime that aired like 2 seasons ago, as of recording. So I believe it was like winter 2025, spring 2025. She and another dude basically got engaged and married by their parents in order for both of them to inherit the wealth that they were supposed to inherit. Or their grandparents, actually, because their grandparents loved each other, and they're like, oh yeah, you guys will love each other. I'm pretty sure that's who this is, because she's got that same look. Could be wrong. I don't remember the name of the anime. Night Cord. What? I kind of want to get that translated at this point, so I can see what the heck they're talking about Night Cord. But I suppose we'll find out later. And the SSR looks like a Love Live character. I don't actually know for sure. The backing of this card feels different compared to the others, and I think when I opened it, it looked a little bit different. I don't know this character at all, and it doesn't actually say Love Live, so it's not Love Live. But just to like compare it to another SRM, yeah, these have slightly different feels, slightly different textures. I don't know why. Maybe they used a different card stock that day when printing one card over the other. Alright, pack 4. Only 15 minutes in. There's only 20 packs in here, so this will only take like 2 hours. This is... It looks kind of like Hexmaniac if Hexmaniac wore a bikini and put her hair up into like a ponytail. I feel like I've seen this character before, but I don't know. I'm really bad with my hands today. Yeah. Unknown character. Not important. Alright, and this girl looks kind of like Urza Scarlet, but not fully. I think that was the name of the fairy tale character. Urza? I know their first name's right. I don't remember the last name. The only thing different is, like, the face is slightly off. But that armor and weapon I could see Urza having. Because, I mean, she has everything. And maybe it is, and it's just a different art style. Alright. This looks like another VTuber of sorts. Honestly, again, no idea who this one would be. She could be Hololive. She could be Nishi Sanji or whatever that is. Or she could just be something random. Alright, and we got a girl with a gun and a pillow. Is she defending her pillow? Is she defending her gun? I don't know what's actually going on here. She's also got a drink, so maybe she's just chilling and scared. Overlord? Was she in Overlord? Am I thinking this is a different anime? I honestly have no idea. Alright, I feel like I've gotten this card before in another box. I think I got this as a plastic rare out of the 10M05s. She's not bad. She's just like, I don't know. I don't think I've gotten any good SCRs yet. And the SR is generic Skullgirl. I don't even have anything to say on that. Alright. But here we got Foxy Wolf Girl. One of those two. This is cute. And she's got what looks like a biker jacket on. I mean, how can you not fall for that? That's gorgeous. I don't need to know the character. She's good. And so it looks like this is running dupes of SRs and Rs from the last set. I don't know how I feel about that. Alright, and the SSR is some unknown girl. Let's party? I don't know. I'm gonna call it as Order is a Rabbit, just because of the little rabbit gold foiling. But, oh, Love Live. Alright, there was the Love Live. We all knew it was gonna come. I don't have anything against Love Live. I just haven't watched it. But Goddess Story fills these with Love Live. All the time. Alright, and the most useless goddess. I think this is the first Konosuba character card I've pulled. Now, Megumin would be best. But Aqua's not a bad, like, 7th. I mean, she's... How do you enjoy her? Other than just being a party girl for looks. I don't know. This girl looks like she should be from like a Final Fantasy style game. Not necessarily Final Fantasy itself, but that type of game where she's about to go on an adventure. She probably fights with her bare fists, and she's gonna kick somebody's ass. She's gonna, you know, save the world. One smackdown at a time. But I don't know where she's from. Alright, and our gorgeous Shrine Maiden of Paradise, Reimu Hakare. Looks like she is currently at a festival, probably not doing her job as usual and just having fun. I mean, she's got one of the little balloon things. Not a bad outfit. It looks like she's got a little bit fancier Hakare Shrine Maiden outfit on. Maybe somebody finally gave her a donation. She splurged a little bit just before the festival. We always love Touhou cards here. And that is a repeat. I will gladly take a repeat like this. Not bad. Alright, and the CR is some unknown blonde girl. She's got like a military-esque uniform on, or maybe a pseudo-school uniform from those like fantasy-style animes. Not awful. Could be worse. Could be better, but could be worse. Alright, and we have the dark, brooding, wolfy fox girl. Covered in blood, it looks like. So she's got a fresh kill on her. I'm going to call this as Arknights, just because that's the kind of style I feel like this is from. Honestly, not bad. Yeah, it's a repeat from the last set. I've not seen CRs repeated. But I also haven't seen a lot of CRs. I've seen this girl before. I feel like I've seen this exact SR before. I don't have anything to say on her. I think she's an idol, or like a Hololive idol or something like that. Yeah, Hololive. She was boring. Alright, and a generic beauty? Is this the best friend? Tomoko, I think was the name, from Cardcaptor Sakura? That's who this looks like to me. Like, aged up. Maybe either from Clear Cardcaptor, or aged up even further into, like, the high school years. It's been a little while since I watched Cardcaptor, so I can't say for sure, but that's who it looks like. I'll have to translate it to find out, unfortunately. But Cardcaptor was always a good anime growing up. Alright, and Marnie from Pokemon. So this is from the only Pokemon generation that I have not played a single game to completion. I've played Gens 1 through 7 and then Gen 9. But I could just not get myself into Sword and Shield. Maybe it was because I was not in the headspace for it at the time. Maybe it's because I was trying to train the wrong Pokemon at the time. I do want to go back to it and see if I can play them, but I sold my copy of Shield, so I would have to rebuy it. She's got a nice little Dusk Ball. That's pretty cool. Dusk Ball is one of the cooler Pokeballs. I don't like the green, so, you know, it drops at a tier for me. Marnie's a pretty cool character, though, just from what I know. And, I believe this is the main girl from Team Romantic Comedy Snafu. Not entirely sure. I don't know why she's got cat ears and a tail on. Maybe she lost a bet. Pretty cute. Very good anime. Based off the length of the kanji or the Chinese or whatever, I would say I'm probably right. And generic lolly is what I'm going to call this one. Looks kind of like a child. Even has like a kind of a schoolgirlish uniform on, like for the younger ages. I don't know. There's nothing neat about this. but this one. So, I'm not a huge Sailor Moon fan, despite the fact that I own the entire first 2 seasons in Japanese with English dub only. Like the originals. But this is the best character, or one of the best characters. The actual best character is Sailor Mars. But, she's not bad. The only worst character is Sailor Moon herself. She is an annoying little twat. I hate her voice actor in the Japanese only. It makes her so irritating. This was Sailor Venus? I don't know. It's been a little while since I watched it, and I never even finished the 2nd season. I got to the last disc and just stopped. Some girl playing volleyball on a beach. Her top is a little bit wet, but she's got a swimsuit on, so it's fine. Swimsuits are not lewd. I don't know. What? I can't even speak. I don't know what she's from. Don't quote me. Oh, hell yeah. So I got a Sakuya in a previous pack, and I thought that Sakuya looked derpy as fuck. This is how Sakuya should look. She looks cool. She's ready to kill. She's got her knives at the ready. Her knives don't look like colorful whatevers. They're real knives. This is the maid that I would want. Not the other one that I got. I will have to pair this with my Remilia cards. Because, yeah, that is the perfect elegant maid that you want serving you. Except when she goes a little loopy. And this one does say Touhou Project. So, I'm guessing the card I got earlier that I thought was Alice is, from Grand Blue. I'll have to look into it. And I don't know who this girl is. I'm gonna call it Love Live. I do feel like I've seen that hairstyle with the green tips and blackish hair. There was a shorts anime that I watched where all the girls were like idols in a high school, and I didn't know who any of them were, and I didn't recognize their base anime. Love Live, yeah. I believe that anime was a part of the same universe. And she was like kind of a fangirl idol, which I feel like happens a lot with these idol animes at this point. And she's okay. And, Cat Girl? So this girl is making me think of the female character from, Full Moon Phase. That's the name of the show. She was a vampire that wore cat ears for some reason. I don't know if this is her. The show is on Crunchyroll. I'm going to rewatch it at some point, because I haven't watched it since I was a child. I want to see if it actually holds up in my mind. Which the last episode, which I believe was an OVA, was not great, so it probably won't. But that's cool. If that is who that is, neat. Alright, and I'm like 99% sure this is an Arknight's character. Mostly because I feel like I had this character in the brief amount of time I played Arknights. She's pretty cool. Looks like she's got like doggy ears. I need to go look into Arknight stuff. Like the anime for this season finished airing, and I haven't finished it. I'm like 4 episodes behind. It's really hard to keep up on these anime. I have a bad habit of watching like 20 shows per season on top of trying to catch up with everything I want. So when I start doing any other hobby stuff, that falls by the wayside. Or if I watch stuff, my other hobbies fall by the wayside. Don't know who she is. She's got a little bit of flowers all over. Generic schoolgirl with purple hair. I don't know. Not bad, I guess. Um, she looks kind of like a yandere. Something about that face. I feel like I know what she's from. Like, I think it's is there even a girl on MMO or something like that? She, I don't know. This is what happens when you watch too much anime with names that are too long. She's familiar. I don't care. Lumine again, the Traveler. Different art. It looks like she's about to eat a fox and a couple of pigeons, maybe? Because those look like sweets. I don't know. Not bad. Alright, a Danganronpa character. So I think this is the first one I've pulled. This is specifically from Danganronpa 2. She is a nurse girl with a lot of anxiety. She was a little cray-cray. Danganronpa 2 was alright as a game. Danganronpa 1 was easily the best, just because of its overall story, but I think this was probably second best. Namely because of the ultimate luck character and how silly he is at the end. I know this chick. I don't know her name, but I know this chick. She's a little lightly dressed. I don't know what to say. Maybe I should go back to Danganronpa. I know more about that. I'm gonna call this Genshin. Alright. And Shugochara. So this one features our protagonist in her standard cool girl look. And this is the look that drew me to Shugochara in general. Not the cutesy, magical girly stuff, but because our protagonist has like this cool plaid overall kind of gothic look. She's very punk initially, and I feel like the spade aspect of her trio, or the initial trio, represents that best. And then you got the cutesy cheerleader up here and the baker down here. This is pretty cool. This makes me want to watch Shugochara, but I don't want the cutesy aspects of Shugochara. I kind of OD on that. Generic elf girl. She's a rock star, I guess, because her book says rock. Kind of rocky outfit. I don't know. I don't want to waste too much time on these cards that I don't know much on. Especially when I don't have any strong opinions. Musical Love Live character, I'm going to say. Lame SSR. Love Live Superstar. Super, not my star. I think we're, like, getting close to halfway through. These packs are really loaded, like... Alright, Blue Archive character, I believe. She's cute. A little bit of a lolly, with the devil horns. I don't have much of an opinion on her. But, I mean... As long as you can deal with lollies, Blue Archive isn't bad. Here's our first dupe. And our second. And our third. Oh? Is this... Yeah, that's Cece from Code Geass. This definitely seems like what she would do, just waking up in the morning, not caring how she looks. That is a very nice artwork. I've got a buddy who really likes Code Geass, and this might go to him. I feel like he would appreciate it more than I will. CC's an alright character overall, but I just don't care enough. Alright, and, Hua Po from Genshin Impact, I think is her name. She's got cool art design, and this almost looks like a very Halloween-y outfit, although this might be her standard outfit. If I'm wrong on the character and the name, you know, feel free to call me out. I'm wrong on these a lot because there's too many to remember. But she's pretty cool. Pretty cute. I like her bag. Like, the red and black is very neat to me, but I also very much like the gothic aesthetic for characters. Alright, and another Yai Miko from Genshin. Higher rarity this time. Not bad. Not bad at all. I wish I knew what animal she was. And this is a repeat, which just makes it even better. I'm mixing up my cards, but platelets from Celza at Work. Another lolly character. There's been a lot of lolly characters in this pack. I mean, how do you really rate platelets? She's just a function of your body. She keeps you alive. If you bleed, she and her buddies come and heal you. She's cute, but, like, I can't say anything more than that without sounding sketch. And really, I don't have much more to say. I watched the first season of Cells at Work, and then I watched like half of Cells at Work Black. I just didn't care. Okay. So this girl's got a neat military uniform. And I don't know what's with the Rubik's Cube looking thing. It kind of reminds me of the Belfuri character that uses magic and also has like a Rubik's Cube weapon. But I don't know. I feel like I've seen something similar to this, but I don't know exactly what she's from. Alright, and this is Your Camp. This is the girl who kind of started everything with her solo camping adventures. I do not remember her name, but I've watched this series recently enough and loved it enough that I do recognize her artwork. It is a very, very chill show to just put on in the background when you're stressed and just kind of enjoy. I still have to watch Room Camp, but I mean, definitely recommend this series. Alright, and Blue Archive Girl, I'm guessing, because she's got some sort of halo above her head. Lab coat, it looks like. Otherwise, generic purple-haired girl. Not much to say, and this is the Yai Miko on the box, Stoop. Arknight's character, I believe. She looks like she is an archer of sorts with their arrows and the gigantic-ass composite bow. I don't know if I had her in Arknights, but that uniform style definitely screams Arknights to me. Very nice. And it's from the last pack as well. Generic Skullgirl with scrunchie. It looks like she's either taking out earbuds or taking out earrings. It must be earbuds because she's got an old style MP3 or it's her cell phone with the old style phone jacks. I can't tell. Quad S Gridman. No idea. I believe this is another Arknights character with the neat horns. I don't know all the Arknights characters. I barely know a quarter of them, if that. But she looks pretty cool. I think Arknights I like mostly for the style of its characters more than anything. And another 5MO7. I almost feel like I don't need to buy 5MO7 if it ever becomes an option for me. And this is a pretty nice looking elf chick with blue hair. She might be a Genshin character. Past that, I have nothing to say. If she is Genshin, she's definitely an ice character. Hololive. Okay. I see you, Hololive. I haven't even looked up all the characters that I actually cared for from one of the previous sets for Hololive. I'm definitely never going to get through it all. Alright, and this looks like an Oni. She's taking a bath of sorts with her clothes on for some reason. Maybe she got pushed into the tub. So she's got her little chickie up there. The tub looks weird. She's got the faucet here. Is this like a Japanese style tub? Does she have her bag in there? I mean, yeah, she's showing the grippers, the goodies. I don't know what to say on her. She's okay. Dupe. Oh. Kaguya-sama, Love is War. I don't remember her name, but you got Kaguya in the background clearly looking horrified. So she must have done something wrong, or Kaguya fucked up. That happens from time to time. She's pretty cool. Alright, and I think this is the first time I've seen this happen in a Gata story. I'm getting a dupe in the same back. I've seen this from others, but never from Gata's story. That's kind of lame. What's her name from Madoka Magica? Anybody that watched the show knows what happens to her. That's all I can say. She's okay. I think if she had more screen time, I might have grown to like her more. But it's also been like a decade since I watched it. So maybe I just don't remember her well enough to like her. I don't know. She's got Nahoge. Man, I can't do anything today. Neat little Hoge. Lolly character from God knows what. I'm gonna say... I can't even say Blue Archive. She doesn't have a halo. So, I guess I won't. Cute enough. And I'm putting them in the wrong spot. This girl's got a sword. She's gonna kill me. Or you. She has no fancy ears. Her dress is okay. I don't know what she's from. I can't. Love Live. Why? Why Love Live? I can't even. Alright, here we go. We got an animal-eared girl. I'm gonna say fox or wolf. She's got gats in the background. Girls Frontline? Maybe. I don't know. She's cool. I feel like I've run out of things to say about these characters, and maybe I should just start marathoning a lot of these. She is a neat beach girl. I don't know. There's so many of these characters I don't know. They could be from any number of anime series that I've just never seen. Like this girl. She looks at least familiar. I think she is the other love interest from Teen Romantic Comedy Snafu. And I think that's the same name as what I saw earlier, so I might be right. I don't know. Aqua. Little lolly of sorts with a fence in the background. I can't tell what that is. Are they supposed to be yokai? Is this Blue Archive? Is this something else? Is this a fantasy? Another animal-eared girl. What is this? Is this supposed to be a, like, stuffed animal? I've never seen something like that. And she's from a previous set, of course. So it'll be even more annoying to look her up. Alright, we have a Death Note character. This was, what, Mira, I believe was her name? Man, it's been, like, since 2008, 2009 since I watched this. She was cool. If only she didn't have a thing for Light, she would have been better. Because Light was just an idiot. He was a very smart idiot. I can't say much more because I really don't remember much about the series, other than, like, the ending. But pretty cool. And then I believe this is a different rarity of that character earlier that I thought was from Cardcaptor. Realistically, still don't know the answer to that one. Not bad, though. And then, alright, so this is our first higher rarity, MR rarity. I don't know if we'll get many more. I know a lot of these tend to backload these higher rarities. And this is of Yor and Lloyd. Or mainly Yor. But they've got the little love in the background. And on the back of here, we got a nice black coloration. I do like that some of these higher rarities in the more expensive boxes do like different art styles. Or different backing styles, I should say. No idea what pack I'm on. She has been caught in a clothing mishap. Other than that, I don't know who she is. Neat. A girl with pigtails, twin tails, however you want to call them. She's in the process of getting her second one up, it looks like. And still realistically buttoning up her clothes. Like, what is her order? She put on a couple buttons, and then did one tail, and then is now on the other, but she still hasn't finished putting on her buttons. Like, what? Okay. Okay. It's anime logic. I need to stop questioning it. This girl has a sword as well. Just for the sake of it, I'm just going to say Love Live, because it would be funny if this was another Love Live character, but I think that sword actually looks more like a fighting series, or like a gacha series sword. She's got the pits, by the way. That's pretty neat. Receptionist-y looking girl. She looks kind of boring. I don't know what to say on her. That was it. Ooh. This looks like a bratty lolly. Any of you who have read those types of manga know what I mean by a bratty lolly. She needs to get smacked around a little bit, it looks like. And honestly, with the fact that she's got a collar on, she might have already been smacked around a little bit and just hasn't dropped the attitude. I don't know what she's from. And generic schoolgirl. You know it, you love it. There's nothing I can say on these generic schoolgirls. There's so many of them. They're just as bad as Love Live characters. And I can't really say much better about characters like this that I haven't seen. Her dress looks a little bit loose on the top, but it is a dress. She's got a nice straw hat. I don't know how she's putting it on with those horns, but that's neat. Don't know what she's from either. And the SSR of the pack is a generic blonde-haired girl with sneakers and a can of tuna as the gold foiling. Oh, and a necklace. They do a good job on these SSRs, which makes me always disappointed when I pull ones that I don't know what they're from. They'll still go in a binder at some point, but like, what do I do? Alright, dupe. This one's new. Sound. Sound of drop fall into poison. I know it's not from that, but Some sort of musical thing. Surely. Just because it has sound on it, I will look it up later. Is this the mythical Chirino? The 9-ball of legend? She looks rather distressed. She must have played a prank while Saki was around, because she's wearing a fairy maid uniform outfit. And she doesn't look very happy. In lore, I know the Scarlet Devil Mansion hires basically any fairy that wants to become a maid, because they don't care that much. And Chirino does not want to become a fairy maid. So she does not look like she's having a good time. Chirino likes her freedom. This is a wonderful pull. Stuff like this makes boxes worth pulling. More Touhou Project, please. This is a girl on the box. I think she's a Genshin character. I don't care. It's Genshin. I have zero interest in Genshin anymore. And it's another schoolgirl. This one's at least got a neat uniform. It's more of a dark uniform. Past that, I don't know her. Assault Lily. For a name like that, I'll look up the anime. I don't know if I'll watch it, but I'll look it up. And you've already seen it. Kurumi. Kurumi is best. There's nothing better than Kurumi out of Data Life. Wonderful. Very wonderful. So I once bought, I believe it was an order from Ami Ami, but I can't remember exactly what. And as a free gift, I got this keychain. And I'm so glad that out of all the random keychains they could have gave me, this is the one they did. And it just kind of sticks around my desk. Always cheering me on. I'm being a little rough with my scissors. I'm gonna hit my cards and dent the important ones. Alright. Ooh, Foxy Girl. She's familiar looking. I know I've seen what anime she's from at some point, but I do not know. Oh, Blue Archive. That's why. Yeah, I've seen this artwork a lot, this character a lot. I want to watch Blue Archive, the anime, just because there's so many characters in there that I'm like, these characters look cool and I want to see their lore. But then, like, it's so hard to find. I should try again to see if I can find it. I just don't want to play the gacha. I don't have time for more gachas. I've got like 5 already. Parasoled, fox-haired girl. I guess her skin is a little bit too fair for the sun. She also looks like she's on a boat at the lake. That's pretty cool. Not bad. Alright, and this is the other Miko. The one that doesn't matter. I think this is the first Sane card I've pulled on one of these. And she's got one of her 2 patron goddesses in the background, Kaneko. I don't see Sawako anywhere. Frankly, of the 2, Kaneko is more of what I would care for, based on the fact that she doesn't embody frogs. Technically, I believe both the snake and frog motif that Sane has are actually from Suwako, because Suwako controls the Mizushi, or Mizuzushi, I don't know how that's pronounced. But Kaneko's just like there. Pretty cool. You know, Touhou cards, always love them. Gotta add to the Touhou collection. And dupe rare, and ooh, Bunny Girl Senpai in her traditional Bunny Girl outfit. Very nice. We like Bunny Girls here. We like Bunny Girl Senpai here. Alright, and we finally got a dupe SR. It's gonna happen at some point. And then we have a nun. A pink-haired nun. What are those eyes? What are those eyes? They kind of feel like they're staring into my soul. I don't know who she is. Man, that's creepy. It doesn't help that they're green. I don't like the color green. Alright, Marin. We had to get the Dress Up Darling at some point. There's a few cards that are like seemingly in every type of set. And it's like Marin from Dress Up Darling, Rem from ReZero, Kurumi from Date Alive. Like they're standard because they're so popular. But they're popular because they're like cool looking characters. They have good background. Like I don't know who this chick is. She's not popular. She doesn't matter. But this chick, she matters. Everybody knows who this one is. How many of you actually know who this chick is? Like that's the point. I've seen this girl before. Maybe because artists love reusing this blonde hairstyle with a single tail. There were like 2 or 3 anime that had a very similar design character in the same like time block. I don't know. And we have Marissa? Marissa, what's with your outfit? Did Sakuya get to you too? I thought you were better than that. This is the Black and White Thief from Touhou Project, a magician who likes to steal all of Pachuli's books. Sakuya must have caught her. That's the only reason she'd be wearing an outfit like that and looking that vulnerable. That or she's trying to seduce Alice. Wait. Why does that not have Touhou Project? Are the 5M07 cards, like, messed up? I need to look that up, because that is definitely Marissa. There's no way that is not Marissa. Like, she's wearing a weird outfit, but, like, the hairstyle, the fact that there's a single braid with a ribbon at the end, the big poofy hat, that's just alternate art Marissa. Man, I was so upset over Marissa not being labeled as Touhou Project. I don't even care about this character. She's got some coffee with love on it. Oh, she's showing the tummy. She's got the nice ears. Blue Archive. I already see the halo. Neat. And Kita-san Black. Getting ready to smash a watermelon. It must be summertime training. Kita-san, why are you never at speed training whenever I need you? I have you at 3 ML, or 3 limit break. Please. Please. Stop doing your guts training. Do some speed. Pretty derby. Very nice. And from the previous set. Alright, and now we have Chirno in her original outfit, or closer to her original outfit. I don't know if it's the actual original. Her original glory. We'll call it that. She looks much happier. We all love 9-Ball here. I went out of my way to get her Fumo. She is staring down happily at us. We love the Baka. Did I get a dupe SSR? I did. I got a dupe SSR. Okay. Well, it was bound to happen. We're getting an SSR per pack. Alright, dupes on a... Ooh. See, I'm getting more new of these lower rarities. I don't know who this chick is. She looks very vulnerable. Getting everything off of her chest. Let's put it that way. Not that it looks like she has much on her chest to begin with. But, Vlad is justice. Illumine dupe, Asuna dupe, Ray dupe. She's a dupe. She's a dupe, and another SSR dupe. I mean, I'd rather have a Marnie dupe of an SSR rather than some, like, Love Live character. Okay, these packs need to stop having their cards jutting out, because that one card makes me far more cautious about my cuts, and then I don't fully cut into the packs. And then it takes time. Bunch of rares. Ooh. New SCR. Cat-eared girl. I have a feeling she doesn't traditionally have cat ears. Why does she have a star on her face? Who is she? Why are you like this? She's okay. Probably Blue Archive. Oh, this is a Pretty Derby character. And, ooh. Penelope? From Azure Lane? I got one of these rarities before. This is that rarity where they have the likes, subscribe type stuff, like from Twitter or Facebook. I like this rarity. I want more of this. I don't play Azure Lane. I don't really care for ship girls. But, pretty cool. All things considered. Let's get the neat silver back. So, 2 high rarity cards for the 5M so far. I've got, looks like 3 packs, including this one, left. Dupe. Ooh, new CR. Don't know who this chick is, though. I'm gonna call it as Arknights. My phone is dying, so I'm gonna probably try and speed these up. I did not charge it before this. I didn't expect this to run over an hour. Dupe. And I think she's new. I don't know what she's from. She's got a lot of windy type stuff in her gold stamping. I apologize if my light just got worse, because when my phone notified me, it also killed my phone's lighting. Right. I believe this is a dupe CR. Another pack full of dupes. Ooh. What's her name from Idolmaster? Madoka or whatever. She must have got splashed with some water too. I guess her producer needs to go get her a towel. I think P-san or P-chan or whatever is the name of the character that the protagonist goes by in that series. Just like Pretty Derby has a trainer and Blue Archive has Sensei. Blue Archive has the lamest. Honestly, like, Blue Archive's Sensei and his style is kind of dumb. Is the Order a rabbit? I don't know. Alright, this is the last pack. This has gone on far too long. I move way too slow. I speak far too much. Alright, there's my Alice lookalike again. And, Love Life character with a cat. She'll get a higher rating from me, just because she's got a cat. Alright. Lots of dupes of SRs, and ooh. Isn't this a Hololive character? Or Hololive VTuber, I should say. One of the deranged ones. Pretty cool. I like that dark gothic look. She looks like she's gonna use those claws and kill me or something. That's neat. Alright. This has gone on far too long, but this was the 5M08 box. It had some good stuff in it. Not too terribly many dupes until I got to the second half of the box, which is great. I'm a little disappointed by some of the higher rarities and the fact that I got a lot of dupes of higher rarities. But it could be worse. There was a lot of good Touhou characters, and that's what I buy these boxes for, really. The Goddess stories, anyway, as the Touhou. Alright, if you liked it, watch more of my videos. And I'll see you all next time.